Welcome to the America Scores Cleveland Inspired Art event. Tonight, you will be inspired by performances from two of Scores poet athletes and hear from one of the amazing featured artists and learn more about the Scores program.
Through inspired art, poet athletes witness their creativity brought to life. Artists connect with their community, and supporters are able to see the profound impact that these youth's words can have on others. Artists choose a poem that speaks to them and create pieces of work inspired by that poem. Artists range in styles and mediums from photography and acrylic painting to sculptures. We want to say thank you to our 51 amazing artists who have generously donated beautiful and unique pieces that you can bid on right now.
We also want to thank all of our sponsors, right? They're the ones providing all the money, and the event attendees here tonight. And especially say thank you to our title sponsor and longtime Scores supporter, Ohio Savings Bank. And tonight we are joined by Donna Winfield from Ohio Savings, who would like to say a few words. Hi, Donna.
Hi, I'm Donna Winfield with Ohio Savings Bank, a division of New York Community Bank. We have partnered with America Scores Cleveland for almost 10 years, since 2012, to help provide quality programming for Cleveland youth. Inspired Art is such a unique event that showcases the poetry of students and also the amazing artists we have here in Northeast Ohio. We're proud to support America Scores Cleveland and similar organizations that are making a real difference in our community. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Donna, for your words of support and welcome.
Tonight is a night to learn more about America Scores, bid on artwork, and of course, raise money. I mean, we have to be honest.
Got to bring in the money.
That's right, to support the mission of America Scores Cleveland. Now, if you aren't on the auction site yet, please head over to the link at the bottom of your screen. Or if you're on the auction platform right now, it should be on the left side of your screen. Now, there are so many different pieces and artworks to match all tastes, really something for everyone. So make sure you click around and take a look through everything. If you want to just donate, we'll accept that too. You can always donate right there on the site or click the donate button at the bottom of this screen. Now, don't forget, we're watching the clock. The bidding ends at 10 p.m. Also, if you didn't know this, Jason, you can sponsor a poet athlete, which can be found on the auction site. All winners will be notified by the end of tonight.
And before we go on, let's welcome in Debbie Pence-Meyenberg. She's the executive director of America Scores Cleveland. Hi, Debbie.
Thanks, Rodney and Jason. We appreciate everyone for attending tonight. There are so many amazing pieces of artwork, and I hope you will all find at least one that fits your home and your style. Once again, thank you to all of our artists, sponsors, and attendees. Without each of you, we wouldn't be able to do the work that we do. America Scores provides after-school and summer programming for scholars who we call poet athletes in grades 1 to 8 at public schools and community sites across Cleveland. Our program uses a unique tri-curricular approach that brings together poetry, soccer, and service learning. During this past year, when schools were primarily virtual, we were able to get innovative with our programming to serve our poet athletes in both virtual and safe in-person formats. We always strive to provide a safe space where our poet athletes can develop their voice through poetry, practice a healthy lifestyle with soccer, and connect with their community through service learning. Since starting the Scores program in Cleveland back in 2004, our program has grown from serving 250 children per year to now serving over 2,000 youth this summer alone at over 20 summer camps. So on behalf of the Scores staff and board, we want to thank each and every one of you who has bid on artwork or made a donation so far. Remember, no donation is too small to make a difference. All proceeds go towards providing programming for our poet athletes. We appreciate your continued support for these talented scholars. Thanks and have a great night.
Thanks so much, Debbie, for that wonderful overview of Scores.
You know, it's really a unique program to combine soccer with poetry and art as well as service learning. So when you combine those three, it's really a triple recipe for winning, as you can say. And that's why so many kids want to be in this program. And I think it just provides them a unique opportunity to not only be athletic, but creative, improve their confidence, all of those things.
Yeah, I've never seen a program like it. So I love the mission. So America Scores is all about supporting their poet athletes in Cleveland youth. And one of those poet athletes is Gregory. He is a sixth grader from the Newton D. Baker School of Arts who took part in Scores for the first time this fall. Now, Gregory had always wanted to participate in the program program at his school, but wasn't able to until the program went virtual. Now, though the program, or I should say, though the pandemic created challenges by moving to a virtual format, Gregory had the opportunity to learn about poetry and write his own original poem.
So Gregory's poem is called "We Need to Change," and it won first place among middle school students at our 2020 Poetry Slam. So please enjoy Gregory's performance of his winning poem, as well as a few words about what inspired him to write this powerful poem.
Hi, my name is Gregory, and I'm in Newton D. Baker School of Arts, and I'm in 6th grade. I wrote my poem, "We Need to Change," because there was a lot of social injustice at the time. Also, it was around the time of the death of George Floyd, so I felt like I needed to say something about that. My favorite part about writing poetry is that it's a way to let me relax and write what's inside of my mind. The way I got connected with Scores is I saw the program at my school, and I've been wanting to join for a year. But when I joined, the pandemic hit, so I didn't get to do any soccer, but Scores was still fun to do poetry. The artwork that I just saw was really amazing. I love the art style. And the way it was like written, it has a way deeper meaning than people think. I write in my free time sometimes, just for fun. And then I have stuff that I'm thinking inside of my mind. So yeah, I'm writing every now and then. We need to change, whether it's short or long. Every day people commit crimes and they know that they are wrong. This is where it begins. We need to stop these criminals. It is becoming very pivotal. We need to make crime minimal. It has gotten so bad that it is becoming political. Social injustice happens every day, and it's just not fair. People are missing their families, so don't you even dare to commit a crime without thinking of the punishment, putting innocent people into harm's way. We really, really need to change. Do you really see through their eyes? Watching the news every day is a surprise. Kids like me watch the news every day, and they are too young to know. But I know, and they can't silence me. It has you thinking it could happen to you. Seeing through the eyes of the victim this happened to. They see horror. They watch it on the TV unsuspecting that it will happen to them. Seeing through the eyes of the people who commit these crimes. They don't care. They take innocent lives like they don't matter. I speak the worst about injustice because it's horrible. It's like we need to call the police on the police. We need to understand that the human society should be treated the same, not by the color of our skins, but by the content of our characters.
Now, what I love about Gregory's poem, one, is that you can clearly feel that he's passionate about it. And two, it's very relevant, right? It's about social justice, how he feels, and letting people know that even though I'm young, I'm still witnessing everything that's going on. And I want it to stop because I want us all to be peaceful and at a better place with each other. So really powerful to hear from such a young man to say, look, I hear and see what's going on. I want us to move on to be in a better place. And here's how I feel as a young man that might encounter police. And this is what I'm seeing in the media. So really powerful words, and just a nice reminder to all of us that we all need to work together to make our future better because the kids are watching.
Yeah, and here's a great example of what the program can certainly make in terms of youth long-term. And by donating and bidding on the artwork, you are supporting Gregory and all of the poet athletes. A $25 donation provides poetry and creative writing supplies to one poet athlete like Gregory.
So next up, we want to introduce you to Gwen, the artist behind Gregory's poem.
So Gwendolyn Garth is a Clevelander whose lived experiences are derived from being reared in 4 of Cleveland's East Side neighborhoods. Her real work will always be about reinventing communities and perceptions about the people in those neighborhoods.
So Gwen's artwork was actually inspired by Gregory's poem, "We Need to Change." So the question is, Gwendolyn, what inspired you to choose this poem and what type of impact does it have on you?
As a recovering alcoholic and addict, I have been about changing me. And so that fit right into what I'm doing. And so these last May 28th, I'll celebrate 23 years of uninterrupted sobriety. And so for these last 23 years, it's been about changing me. So yeah, his poem I could relate to it. I'm a multimedia artist. And as a community activist, I see my community as a canvas. And I'm also trying to recreate my community and the define the stereotypes of my community.
Well, Gwen, thank you for sharing your inspiration. Your artwork is truly amazing. It represents the poem so well. And I think, Romney, we can all agree that our world needs a change, and our young people can certainly help make that possible.
Absolutely. They are all so amazing. Now, speaking of young people making a change, let's hear from another fantastic poet athlete named London. London is just in 4th grade, so she's young at the Wilson School, and London has taken part in the SCORES program for the last 2 years.
Hi, my name is London. I'm in the 4th grade and I go to Wilson Elementary.
So what's your favorite part about writing poetry?
My favorite part about writing poetry is to express your feelings. Tell people how you feel, not just to keep it to yourself. Express your feelings to people.
Okay, I have to ask this since we're talking about SCORES. What is your favorite SCORES memory?
My favorite SCORES memory. That's a great question. My favorite one is when me and my team were working together and we said you have to watch the sign that we give you, because if you don't, we're not gonna make it into the goal. So that's my favorite one.
Okay, so what do you think about the artwork that was created by the artist Catherine Check? I understand that she was the person who inspired your poem, She Is London?
I'm really honored. Nobody has ever made like a art project of a poem that I've written or like a song that I've done. So that's really cool.
And let's ask this. Are you working on any other poems or pieces of writing?
No, actually, I am going to start this summer, but I was focused on doing like some Spanish classes and doing cheerleading this summer. But yes, I am going to start doing poetry this summer.
Well, since we have been talking about your poem, I don't know about you, Romney, but I want to hear it.
Yeah.
So let's give you some time to perform your poem, She Is London.
She is strong. She is brave. She is unapologetic. Her skin is smooth and beautiful like deep dark chocolate. Her hair is thick like wool. Her smile is calm like the first sun. Love is within her. Love protects her. Love is her. She is London.
So clearly, she is so young, just in 4th grade, but she has a very clear understanding of self-confidence, who she is, how she values the color of her beautiful chocolate brown skin, the texture of her hair. I mean, this girl, I want to say, I hope keeps this level of confidence, and the fact that she clearly understands who she is. She's going places.
She certainly is. So these poems are just one example of what America Scores Cleveland does in the community. And even though COVID has impacted how SCORES provides those programs, SCORES continues to find innovative ways to ensure our young people have positive experiences, including providing take-home SCORES kits, virtual writing, and service learning lessons, and partnering with community organizations to run in-person programs and running pop-up soccer skills clinics. Now, by providing, or I should say by bidding on the artwork and donating, you are certainly supporting the mission to serve over 1,000 Cleveland youth every year. And no donation is too small.
That's
so
right.
even if it's $1, it's still good.
5, 10, 20,
30.
200.
Yeah,
We'll take it all.
Yeah, we'll take it all. Give us 1,000. Let's just do 1,000.
Maybe someone wants to give 5,000.
5,000. Let's do 10,000.
We'll take it all.
Come on, let's do it.
All right, guys. Well, we want to thank you for spending the evening with us. We hope you have enjoyed these very inspiring performances and also hearing from one of our amazing artists. Again, thank you to all of the artists for generously donating your time and, of course, your talents. Thank you to the poet athletes for your inspiring words. We loved hearing from you. And, of course, thank you to our sponsors, Ohio Savings, Nordson, RPM International, the Sherwin-Williams Company, Exit Planning Institute, Key Bank, Medical Mutual, Odie, Ruth Coffee, Roop and Company, and all of our other sponsors for tonight's event. You can see a full list of the sponsors on the auction platform.
And even though our time with you is over, you have until 10 tonight to get all of your bids in. And if that's too late, You can even set up an auto bid. So see, we got all sorts of ways for you to get that money in. Now, if you don't win or you've been outbidded, please consider donating or sponsoring a Poet Athlete. You can donate through the Give Smart platform or hit the donate button at the bottom of the screen. All winners will be notified following the closing of the auction via text or email.
Thank you again to all of you. This night would not exist without you guys. Scores also could not fulfill the mission without you. Happy bidding and have a wonderful night.
Pickle tree! I rang the bell for my treats. I waited for my candy to eat. She opened the door and gave me a smile. She digged in her bag for a while. I said trick or treat, and she gave me pickle feet! I see sea turtles and school of fish. I smell coral reefs and people. I feel seaweed and cold water. I taste dolphins and salt water. I hear whale song and waves. And I strong. A is for America's schools. M is for nuclear health to protect the world. E is for excellence. R is for the roar of the crowd. I is for I am in a team. C is for Coach Warren teach us how to play. A is for amazing poetry. S is for soccer, is my favorite sport. C is for controlling the ball. O is for soccer. O is for, America's score is today. R is for running for the ball. E is for expert and road. S is for scores and goal and win the game.